Hey!
Hello.
We did it!
We did it. And when did we finish writing?
Oh, shit. Let's look at it right now. Hold on.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Oh, yeah, we're taking a look right now.
Yeah, we're taking a look right now. No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, wrong floor. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot. Hold on. The minutes after. I don't think I mentioned, the previous minutes after because you were so tired and angry and I was tired. I don't think I mentioned the numbers.
Yeah.
We had finished.
Hold on.
5:41 p.m.
Yep. Excellent.
That's when we finished writing. It is now 6:49 in the p.m. We had eaten food in between and rested a little bit. Now we're in a place where we can talk about it. And look, both our hairs are kind of mussy.
Yep. Got a little bit of a muff here.
Yeah, bedhead.
Yes, we finished it. We have fully finished our episode.
Yeah, I was about to say the episode.
Yeah. Episode's number. No. We had to take our time.
We finished the episode. It is done.
It's done.
The screenplay is done.
I mean, like, fully done. Our names are in there. The characters' names and all the names of other stuff.
All the
it's all
blanks
there.
at the fill. It's all done. It's done. It's done.
Oh.
So, we're just going to take this in a little bit.
Yeah.
It's always an accomplishment finishing one of these episodes.
It is. It really
because
is.
they're movie length, since they are 90 to 2 hours long.
Oh,
Some even go longer.
Yes.
So,
and we put a lot in these episodes. A lot of great shit that Garrett and I just love to see in storytelling. And we never stop.
Yeah, and I really like to push the envelope of what you can get away with. Not get away with. That's cowardly. I just say push the envelope in what can be interesting and different, as well as fun and enjoyable, and things that I thought to myself, maybe if I had seen that in a show or a movie or anything like that I particularly enjoyed, maybe I would have liked it even more if a scene was longer, if a character got more development. Everyone talks about that all the time.
Yeah.
But I really liked to key in on exactly what I mean by that, right? Not just like watch a character and say, oh, that character needed more character development, There are a lot of times where it's done just the right amount.
Oh, yeah.
But there are a lot of times when I think a character was underappreciated. And, well, I guess what I'm saying is not very different from what a lot of people are saying, but I will disagree on this note. While I do believe certain characters deserve more, and characters who have so much didn't really need so much, I don't believe it was ever a detriment to the picture or the work itself. Like, I don't ever feel like it ever ruined it, but I always wondered a little bit. So in our works, that's where the wonder and the curiosity is going to be explored and have a good time with. And certainly we do that in every one of our episodes. And with this one particularly, though, there was a shit ton of names that we had to fill in the blanks.
Well, you saw how I was yesterday.
Yeah.
You saw it.
Oh, God. And, but as a result, I am in total agreement with Brandon. We have now limited the number of names we will be putting in to the
future episodes.
To the future episodes, and we will be stopping well below the number that we had in this episode. So going forward, no. I actually put down the number.
Yes.
So we're not to exceed that. There's a minimum number also.
There's a minimum and a maximum.
There was never a maximum for that's the thing. There was never a cap before today. Now we put on a cap.
Yep.
So, good idea.
Yeah, but no,
yeah.
Let me see how much one's let's
talk about it. This is the end of an episode. We just finished one.
Yeah, I know.
Now, while you all weren't here from the very beginning of the journey, you will be for the next one. So,
and also, though, when we started the minutes after, they were in for a fairly good portion of it, so that's cool.
I think so. I think
didn't we start this like in sometime in April?
We did, late April.
Yeah, so that's a fairly good amount.
And we started writing the script like the very end of March.
Yeah, around that time, I swear. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Very end of March. So you all missed about like a month of the writing journey.
Yeah, but you got a good amount of it, I'd say, a good amount of, as it were, vids and things like that.
So you hear times like these, Brandon and I, we take like a 1-2 day break.
Yep.
And then
we hop back to work.
Yeah, and within those times, we usually celebrate by getting food.
Yeah.
We go out as a family, and we go out and eat with our mother, and who lives right above us.
Yes.
Yeah. She lives with us. So it's a funny switch. We used to live with her, but now we own the house, so now she lives with us.
Yes. I love it.
But yeah. But anyway.
No, that was fun. What? It's fun.
Yeah.
But no, this obviously, if I was saying anything about this episode, gosh, wow, this always happens to me. I don't know how you feel right now, Garrett, but for me, I love every episode we write. When at a certain point, I just love, I just love every episode, and then when we just wrapped it up, I love it every single time, even when it gets rough, because it's pretty fucking rough, all these names. But when it actually finished, I was like, it was one of our great episodes again. It was one episode I loved it. Oh my gosh.
Wonderful episode. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Probably one of our more uplifting episodes.
Yeah, actually, I'd say it would be.
Far that
although when you see our episodes, you'll think it's kind of funny what Garrett consider more uplifting.
But it's good. It's a nice change of pace.
Yes, it is.
And one of the approaches I like taking when writing a serial is making memorable episodes. I kind of feel if they blend a little too much, then that's not a bad thing. I like shows when they do that. I've just always been particular towards being able to cite an episode from memory and remember kind of everything that goes on in it. Even if the episode has too much content to remember.
You remember it as a whole. It's kind of like remembering a movie. When you watch a movie for like a first time, you can't literally remember every single thing in the movie. That's like impossible.
Right, but you remember the movie.
Yes.
So remembering a bunch of movies, you're like jumping from genre to genre to genre.
Yes.
So it's no different than jumping from episode to episode to episode. It just happens to be in the same series. A fine example of this to me is like Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop.
Their episodes are very distinct but part of the same show. So
yeah, that's like the one to cite.
Yeah, I will cite that as some inspiration to how Brandon and I are writing our show.
Yep. Each episode is a standout in a different way.
Yeah. So in that sense, that's why I can talk about how this episode is one of the more uplifting ones from the general tone of the rest of our show, aside from very in-universe factors that make it stand out.
Of course.
Which are deliberately put in because I like our episodes to stand out. It's just how I like to write things.
Yes.
But I do feel incredibly good about finishing it. I'm still exhausted.
We both are tired, but we want to do this.
Yeah. But Brandon is very happy, I can tell. Much happier than he was yesterday. Did you see how short that video was? It was like 2 fucking minutes. He was not going to last long. We were not going to stay on that thing very long. Oh, no. When we finished that night, Brandon said, I fucking hate names.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, thanks, bro, for doing this with me.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I want to experience this now because the ending of an episode is always such a big deal for Brandon and I. And for a lot of writers, perhaps the same is true. I don't know. Some are fast, some are slow. For us, it takes us about a few months to finish an episode.
Usually.
Usually, sometimes longer.
It's around that time.
Yeah. If we're really fast, it'll take us only 1 month, and we've done that sometimes. So it's
like a month to several usually.
But even so, 1 month. That's the shortest. I'm telling you that right now. That's the shortest a script would take for us to finish. A 90-minute script is 1 month. Even a month, it feels like forever.
Yeah, it does.
So it always feels like an accomplishment finishing one of these, and it feels great, and it's a great journey to be on. A frightening one. Because, to be perfectly honest, folks, since Brandon and I have not promoted it whatsoever, no one really knows what the show's about. No, I only explained it variously in very somewhat vague terms here and there to people in person, both strangers and familiar. There's a lot of risk involved in this. A lot of unknown factors. Brandon and I don't know for sure if we'll be able to make it. But we're going at it as if we will to the bitter end.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I'm kind of curious, actually, from this aspect. So Brandon and I are writing this series in its entirety, from pilot to series finale. And I wonder how many, if you are writers out there, have done that as well, if there are any other stories like this. I have no intention in looking it up. The internet kind of pisses me off a little bit much when it involves writing, when I look into it. Just, for every good take I would find on writing, I'd run into like 100 bad takes, and it pisses me off. So I'm not going to look into it. If anyone else knows about it, that'd be very interesting. I am actually interested in seeing a story of an individual or individuals who have written the entirety of the show from beginning to end, all the episodes in serial format, and then promoted it. Or not even then promoted, just had written every single episode before even making an episode. That'd be interesting. I want to know. I'm wondering if Brandon and I are the first ones to attempt this, is what I'm getting at here. Are we that crazy? Or
I wouldn't be surprised if we were the first, to be honest. But hey,
I wouldn't be either. But I would love to know if another one exists.
that'd be interesting.
Because that, you, writer, if you're watching this, or,
Multiple writers.
do you know what this would feel like? You're just staying in the dark. You're just writing. You're only writing. And then all the thoughts that come in, even when you complete an episode, the thoughts will come in like, maybe I should start promoting this now. Maybe I can make the show and write at the same time. I've got so many episodes logged. Or do you find the determination to stick with your initial plan and finish the show from beginning to end? If I didn't have Brandon here, I would have started making the show and write at the same time.
Yeah, like by at least a few years ago, at least probably.
I think by the time, I don't care how many, I think by the time we had written how many episodes did I think in that I knew I would do that?
I'd just say by what year would you say? Because,
Okay, yeah, but
because it's 2025, we started writing it like in 2020 or 2019.
2020 is when we moved into writing began.
2020 is when I began. So
this is our 6th year.
Yeah, this is our 6th year.
Yeah. Oh, I can remember this. I can tell you exactly when I thought it. I thought we could go at it and write at the same time. Probably somewhere in 2023.
So there, a couple of years ago.
I think 23 and 2024.
So around that time, that's where definitely you wanted to do it.
Yeah, so like
what you thought
4 or 5 years in, I'm like, yeah, let's just start making the show. We have a lot of episodes, we'll be fine. No. But not on Brandon's watch. We're sticking to this to the very end. Ain't no way in anywhere, hell or heaven, we're gonna be deviating from this course. The show will be completed completely in the screenplay format. Now, they usually say teleplay format, but we're writing these as movies, but they're episodes. So they're in screenplay format.
I'm writing screenplay format too because I just like that format.
I like the way it looks.
Yeah, literally, I like how it's structured. I personally like how the way screenplays are structured, so that's the format I almost going to write unless I write it like a novel.
And movies where it began for us.
Yeah.
So it's for the love of it.
Absolutely.
It comes from a place of love. And so, yeah, if you exist, I'm gonna probably look into your work if you started making it right now. Or if you're doing like we are, you're still writing it. I'm very interested. We just finished another episode. We got much more to go. We got years left before we completed our show. So, I feel great.
I will say, no, that's funny because when you said that, because of course, since I hold the course that we just want to write, that really never came to my head. All that fun stuff, all that stuff you said, we think, okay, I got a lot of episodes logged, and now maybe I should start making the show while writing it.
Yeah.
That never occurred to me.
You want to bring it up? It's coming to my head now again. But I'm not saying it seriously. It's just come to my head. I'm like, no, it ain't going to happen. So I just shut it down. But it just, for some reason, came to my head recently.
Well, I believe personally, Garrett, no, of course you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think it can really ever go away for you. I just think for you just never bring it up to me because it's not an issue.
Yeah, well, it's also never going to happen.
Yeah, that's a member of that. So I kind of assumed that.
I think it came up for me. This would be an interesting point. It came up to me after finishing this episode right now. Because while I do feel great, that sense of wondering in its own negative fashion if I'm wasting my time. It just kind of clicked in a little bit. Like, in that we're always going to be in the unknown. We're never going to know if the show's going to get any real traction for the show that it is. Because we're not sharing it with anybody. We're not getting an idea of what demographic will gravitate towards it, if there even is. And, we've been writing this for 6 years without knowing. And today on this episode, it just hit a little bit. And so I have a bit of that urge of wanting some information, some data. And to get that, we'd have to actually start explaining the show.
Well, promoting it, pretty much.
Explaining the plot, even getting an episode 1 rolling and whatnot.
All that stuff.
And all that stuff. But, even with those doubts and fears that flooded back into my head naturally over the course of just, living, I know the course and I care more about finishing it the right way. And the right way is the way Brad and I both want it done. We have a system with writing that I did establish very early on. It had to be done, which was either we both get what we want or we don't do anything. in terms of writing, creative input, and all of that. No one gives up their idea so the other one's idea can get in there, just because the other one's idea maybe looks better. If there's a conflict, we make it work.
Yeah, we do actually. It's great because I say that because I particularly that particularly is a really good memory for me, consistent memory, because that was Garrett's one. You really want to enforce that, because for me, I didn't think it was really that possible for a lot of things to work out so well in some way for Garrett and I. Not because we clash as people. In fact, Garrett and I get along immensely well as people. But in terms of certain creative methods and certain approaches how to get as it were, our show made and stuff like that, Garrett and I definitely have different ways how we want to do it. And so the truth was, the way it worked out is that Garrett and I simply said, I want to do it this way. I want to do it this way. Then we talked until we came up with a way to have both ideas come together and make something better, because we both wanted to work together.
Yeah, and I have to make this very clear. We do not compromise. I do not believe in compromise.
No, that's silly compromise.
Here's what it looks like.
Especially with
Let's say
writing.
I had an idea, like I wanted this character to kill another character. Brandon wants the same character to kill 3 characters. And I think to myself, well, the answer, the compromise would say we had the character kill 2, right? No.
Or kill half. Or kill 1.5.
Or kill one character and put the other in a coma.
Yes.
But it's like, that's too logical. When it comes to art, you gotta figure out what feels right when you write it.
Actually, when it comes to art, you gotta go to the illogical. How can you keep both?
Yes.
Without keeping both.
How do you do that?
Well, that's what Garrett and I do.
Then we end up coming up with this. The character kills everybody, and then the character also dies. And it changes in such a way where oh, that's better than both of our original ideas. But in some ways, it keeps the spirit of what we wanted.
And in a lot of ways, it was born because Garrett and I said what we both wanted.
Yes, without compromising on either one's stance. The feeling Brandon would say, see, you can't get stuck in the literal.
No.
Brandon's literal would be, well, no, now we're talking about writing. But we'll say this for another video.
Yeah, we'll say it for another video. But
shorthand. We never compromise. We keep the spirit, which is the feeling, which is more important
than the outsides,
than the external, than the literal, and the spirit and the spirit of writing the entire show before making it happen. The spirit of that is we want to know we have everything we want. It just feels right. And the truth is, we've tried it my ways a few times, and it brought misery onto Brandon. So the spirit to it actually is,
did.
When we tried to make our first movie, that was more miserable than having a whole bank of them.
Oh, God.
I think it was more painful. Bottom line, the spirit of it is, because of all the suffering we had been through a decade ago, the spirit of this is, the spirit of writing the entire show is what will make us the happiest and the calmest and the best we can be overall without getting caught up in all the other externals. So...
Definitely Definitely just writing the show. Because what's also true is this, and no one can deny this. They can try, but then they'd be lying. Writing your show and making your show is a lot harder than just writing your show. And I know some people disagree with that, but
I don't know. I don't know if anyone would disagree. You're right. They'd be liars then. I don't think anyone disagrees. I think every writer in the world wish they could write the entirety of their show, plan everything out, without being under the pressure of also having to produce it while it's going on.
Yeah, so... That's the thing. And if you knew our show, you will eventually. Our show is immensely complicated. So freaking complicated that I knew Garrett and I would be so monstrously stressed if we filmed it and wrote it that I'm just like, my head, I'm gonna go shoot someone I hate.
Mm-hmm. So when it comes down to it, we are taking the approach that many writers, I'm sure, wish they could have, but for various reasons didn't take that approach. Not saying it was a problem or a horrible thing or it makes you a terrible writer, but if you, the writer...
Your life circumstances couldn't allow it.
Ours happened to align, and ours happened to work out through, well, a lot of perseverance and a lot of conviction, but... a
lot of love.
Yeah.
And love.
Love most of all.
Yeah.
But for everyone it's different, but I'm sure almost every writer wishes they could finish their work on the page without the pressures of life saying, okay, make it.
I wouldn't say life. I'm going to say the pressures of other people just saying make it.
You're right. Life is cheap. You're right. Life is a good thing.
Yeah.
I say the people who make life miserable. Fuck them.
Yeah. The producer types and the ungrateful people who who are just little people who watch in theaters. Those ungrateful little schmucks.
Yeah. The ones who think a person's work is all for them.
Yeah, exactly. But
like the person who put in the work, like it's not like it means nothing to that person at all. The one who put in the goddamn effort in the first place.
But yeah, so what's our call?
Yeah,
that's why we stuck with the system. And even though every now and then, for Garrett, it comes by every now and then if we should produce it, we stay the course because it's ultimately best for us. It's
the happier and better course. And I'm happy to say I ain't never deviating no matter what thoughts come into my head. Even if they sound great. This is the one.
But man, I was saying off subject. But man, you just feel great every time we finish an episode. My gosh.
Another one.
Such an accomplishment. I wish I could say more, except
I don't wish. I think we said enough. This is the longest 5 minutes after writing video we've got so far.
Oh, I know. But the biggest thing I just want to say for myself is that I always just have that same feel for me where it's
What is that feel?
This feel for me every time I finish an episode where oh gosh, how can I describe how I feel after finishing this episode?
Describe it. It's our first one. Go ahead.
The way I describe it for me, how I feel finishing this episode this far in our show, is I would say it's like watching my favorite thing of all time over and over again, and yet at the same time it always feels new and yet repeated, because it's like because I'm making the show, we're making the show, I know what we're going to write, I know what we're going to create, and every time it feels new, yet I feel like yet it feels expected. So it's kind of like watching a reliable person make greatness and greatness and greatness every single time. And yet, every time you feel surprised. That's at least what it is for me, especially since I'm doing a series and in this many years in, I can't necessarily say to myself, I'm always surprised, and yet I always am surprised. So, that's why for me, but since I'm making it, it's a different experience than watching it. So for me, it's just really fun having a familiar, new, paradoxical feel every time I write our show.
You feel that every time you finish an episode?
Yeah, it's just I'm very calm about it personally, because for me,
I'd be going crazy with that. That in a good way.
No, for me, I do feel it every time because that's my form of how I feel accomplished. When I know that I've made something of a quality I would watch over and over again, of something that
That's a good. I get that. I get that.
That's the feeling. I personally, that's not Garrett's method, but that's personally the feeling I like to strive for, and whenever I make by myself or with Garrett, I like to always incorporate that I can just picture it and feel, and more so than picture it, feel it.
You can picture it because you can.
Yeah, because I got that kind of mind. I can picture things very well. Yeah. But yeah, that's how I feel, and that's how I'm gonna feel as I write every single episode.
And when you finish them all.
And when I finish them all, that's how I'm gonna feel, because I always have the direction, and I have never failed in that. Every single episode we've ever written, I've always felt that. Every single one.
Okay, well now you got me wanting to say what I feel like, because that's an awesome way to feel when.
Well, I don't care how long these are.
Well, I mean, I think that's a great feeling when you finish an episode. I have something not similar, but I at least have a consistent feel after every single episode I've ever finished, and just anything in general that I finished screenplay. Aside from that sense of accomplishment, I know I have that same thing, and I want to figure that out. And then we can probably close out on.
Oh yeah, I won't close out on this. This would be great because it's perfect because we finished that episode.
Brandon feels that you feel great that you. I think.
Just use your own words.
Every single time I finish an episode, it's like a jumble of so many things. Because like I said, even fears come in. All I can say is it's not as clear or profound or as like visually awesome as Brandon puts it. That what he can see, since I have a less visual mind, pretty good still, but
very good actually.
Very much in the moment. All I see is I finished another one. I'm like, wow, I did that. That's it. That's it. I'm like, wow, I finished another one.
That's you. That is you.
Yeah. Damn, I finished another one.
That's definitely Garrett. He's always so surprised whenever he does something great. He's like, oh wow.
I was like, wow, I did it again. Oh wow. Oh shit. Oh fuck. That's right. That's right. I've been doing this for 6 years, and I still get surprised when I finish. So that's my surprise, right? I should be used to this. I'm telling you this actually. Brandon can keep the balance of being familiar and surprised. I'm always surprised. I'm always like, damn, I did it again. Damn, we did it again. Well, I'm saying I in this sense because how I feel.
No, I know. I get. Come on, I know. Yeah, I know. I know.
I'm like, I know we did it, but I'm surprised that I was a part of that. I'm surprised, like, God damn it, I did it. God damn it, I did it. Oh shit again. Oh fuck. I've been doing this for how long? I don't care how long I fucking do this. I can't believe when I complete this. You know why? I think I'm gonna give up. And I don't give up on anything. Isn't that strange? I've never given up on anything. I've moved on.
You've changed with things.
But I've never given up. And yet I think at some point, that's the only reason I can say why I'm surprised anytime I finish something. Because I think it's going to get the better of me. I'm just going to I'm going to die. I'm going to die before I finish this because it's too damn tough. And oh, wow, I finished another one. Yes.
But every time, episode in and episode out. Every single one.
I say genuine surprise.
That's cool.
What comes across to me.
Now, that's cool. I don't feel that your kind of surprise when we finish our episodes.
Because you can remember. I'm more in the moment. I can remember in pieces. Brandon can remember in pictures.
Which I'm going to add a little bit of great little nice comedy to this. Garrett can keep our characters in mind, our universe.
A lot of the lore.
A lot of the lore, our story, our flow. But then you get surprised every time you finish an episode. It's great. It's totally Garrett. You know him? It's totally Garrett.
Yep. The part is, I always know we are capable of doing this. But then when it happens, I forget about that until I start talking about it like this and oh wait, there it is. That's right. I did believe myself. I did know I could do this. But it kicks off always with, shit, I did it again.
Yeah.
Minutes after.
Okay. I say person no Garrett. No, I'm good. You good?
I'm good. All right, folks, we're going to see you tomorrow, but not for writing because we are taking tomorrow off.
So it'll be the minutes after
something.
Bye-bye.